Hey, what's up triathletes, Taren here. Today you're going to want to stick around because it's been a while, but we are resurrecting Triathlon Taren Q&A where I answer your most common questions about triathlon training. Alright, for starters, we've got dbevan1989 who on YouTube asks, cool video, T. I've recently cracked 130 per 100 meters, but I'm struggling to keep this pace over longer sets. Just wondering if you have any tips. Thanks, your Irish follower. Interestingly enough, I am 1/8 Irish. I'm also Scottish and German, so I'm basically just bred to be a fighting drinker who wants to go to war with the world. Too soon? Well, D. Bevan, in this case, if you've got the speed to do it, the challenge is then, how do you hold that speed over longer distances? You're not going to like the answer to this. It's just to do that speed more and more and more and more with more volume, extending the amount of time that you can hold it. I'm sorry, dude, but that's all there is to it. There is no replacement for hard work and lots of volume. Just keep at it, and eventually a 130 for 100 meters will be easy to do one time, and it'll be easy to do twice, and it'll be easy to do 3 times, and then 4 times, and then 5, and then it just keeps getting easier at that same speed. Next, we have Christian G, who said, I find that I'm extremely tired and feel drained after swimming. Makes for a long ass day in the office when you're falling asleep. Any tips you could offer would be great. Well, in a lot of cases, that's a result of underfueling before or after a workout. I had a very similar issue about 3 years ago when I had increased the volume, and swimming is really notorious for draining your energy stores because it's a full body workout. What my physiotherapist told me at the time was you gotta load up a ton of calories before the workout, and after you need a ton as well. So we're talking like maybe 300 to 500 before a workout, and maybe even 300 to 500 after. After a workout, if you're still drained, getting in 300 to 500, maybe think about taking a big shake that's 300 to 500 calories because your body will be able to absorb that really quick, replenish your energy stores so you're not dragging your ass for the rest of the day. Try that. Next, Daniel Moore says, hi, where are you? We're in Winnipeg, actually. Monkey Bar T, my main man, says Speedos. Ladies just don't understand the meaning of it. It's not a question, but I have a question for you ladies. Yeah, what's the problem with Speedos? Like, they're great. You can have my Speedo when you pry it from my cold dead buns. On YouTube, Brian Cruz asks, what about aero road bikes like the Cervelo S5? Now, he is asking this question in a video where I compare road bikes versus triathlon bikes. And I got the question a lot about using an aero road bike for triathlon. You can definitely do it, but the issue is always going to be that a road bike's geometry is set up for road riding, where you're a little more upright and you're not crunched down in the aero position. You're never going to be able to overcome that. Maybe if you jimmy around with a seat and you can somehow slam it way far forward, but even something like the Cervelo S5 is going to be about 2 degrees further closed in your hip angle. That's going to tire out. I think it's your hamstrings will tire out more than your quads, and there's a good chance that you're going to lock up on the bike. There's really no substitute for a triathlon bike for triathlon. That's why they exist. So yeah, you can use an aero road bike. It's going to be faster than a typical road bike, but you're not going to get all the benefit of that nice triathlon specific geometry that you'll get on a triathlon bike. Next up, Marco on YouTube. Are you running a company based off of a 7,000 subscriber channel? No, I'm not. Post is our company that you might have seen actually on my Triathlon Taren office tour. You would have seen that. Now, we've taken Triathlon Taren and we still do it with our company. It's something that we use for testing a lot of new video editing techniques and testing out some gear and learning a few things about social media advertising. But our company is a social media advertising agency, and we do Triathlon Taren on the side of that to help us be better social media advertising agents. And Triathlon Taren really just kind of helps us buy some gear every now and again. So thanks for that, guys. Mako Beauty asks, do you use tubeless or clinchers? I use tubulars on my triathlon bike on a pair of Zip 808s, and I use clinchers on my road bike. I'd probably go to all clinchers, but I got the 808s a long time ago and I just haven't switched away. They're a real pain in the ass to change tubular tires. so I would go to that. I just haven't yet. I use a mix. Tubeless, never tried it, can't really comment. I know clinchers, I like clinchers. It's easier to work on clinchers. I like clinchers. Now this is a long one. Jerry Shen asks,
I'm recently starting to transition from a 2-stroke breathing pattern in training to a 3-stroke breathing pattern. I'm only going to do this in training and will stay with my 2-stroke breathing pattern when racing. I pay close attention to exhalation and I exhale continuously when my face is in the water. However, I noticed that after 200 yards of continuous 3-stroke breathing, I seem to get extremely exhausted and it forces me to go back to 2-stroke breathing. I am not holding my breath underwater and I don't know what is causing this. Should I continue to train myself to hold a 3-stroke breathing pattern in your opinion? What is the longest you can go with 3-stroke breathing? Thank you in advance.
Thank you for watching. I'm going to try to make a short answer out of a long question here. Number one is I have held a 3-stroke breathing pattern for a 9-hour, 27-kilometer, 17-mile marathon swim. That said, that is at a really, really low pace. It's easier to hold a 3, 4, 5-stroke breathing pattern if you're going very slow. When you start getting into racing or you're doing 50-meter or 100-meter sprints and you're going at max effort, your body's gonna need a lot more oxygen and it's just natural that you're gonna have to breathe more often. So I would recommend learning to hold a 3-stroke breathing pattern because it balances out your stroke if you can breathe on both sides. It's also critical in open water so that you can breathe on both sides. If, say, that side is not ideal because of waves or sun or glare off the water, and if you've got options for which side you can breathe on, very good. But don't be surprised if when you start pushing a higher cadence and trying to go faster in the pool that you need to go to a 2-stroke breathing pattern. It's normal, it's okay. And last, JD Masahud. Best reviewer right now. Love that you show yourself actually using the product and straightforward review too. That's not a question, but I just wanted to put that in here. Thanks, JD. So there you go. That is it for this edition of Triathlon Taren Q&A. As always, I hope you liked it. If you have any questions that you want to ask me about triathlon training or the triathlon lifestyle in general, hit us up in the comments below or on social media, and you could be featured in the next edition. As always, triathletes, happy and hard training, and good luck in your next triathlon. Cold dead buns, cold dead buns. Triathlon Taren cold dead buns. It's okay, it's okay. I like my triathlon cold dead buns. It's easier to hold, very good. Athletes easier to hold cold dead buns. It's easier to hold, very good. Athletes easier to hold cold dead buns.